Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Look at this hoodie that we got made.
It's so cool.
Ooh, fancy. Everyone's gonna have theirs soon.
Herself?
I did. The material's interesting. Not what I had anticipated, but still soft. It's been through the wash a couple times and it's still super silky inside, which is a good sign. And it kept true to size. So yeah, fuck yeah.
You've had it for like what? You've had it for like 2 days and it's already been through the wash multiple times?
I washed it when I first got it.
Uh-huh.
Smart.
And then I also sweat a lot, so I wash it a second time.
That's fair.
I was like
That's
power
fair.
cleaning the house. You asked, I answered.
I
Okay.
respect it.
Welcome everybody, my name's Anne. I am the DM of this game at Fabled 42. This is I was about to say science fiction, it's not. It's horror themed 5e.
Yeah, it's coming though.
Yeah, 5e homebrew campaign called Crypt Creatures. And I've got my homies up here playing with me. Go ahead and introduce yourselves. Chris, you can start.
Yay! Oh, I'm Chris. I play as Abaddon, your, heroic half-elf fighter / paladin. Longtime, player with the Fabled 42 group, starting with, Ukador, and I'm on Twitch as Agent Fox 5 and Discord. I forget what I'm on Discord as, but you can find me on Insta as the real Chris S.
GW, you're up.
Hey everybody, I'm GW. You can find me on IG and Twitter under GW005, 2B2 zeros. And yeah, any of the weird, crazy things I do, from just random events to big cons to special secret projects, you can find there. Happy to be here. I am playing this a very innocent, small, helpless black little bunny boy, Calamity, and yeah, let's see what happens. We don't do well in hell, but here we are.
And
We're
Mackenzie.
still here though.
We are still here though.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie. I go by Mascot on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. You can find me in the chat and the CFT. I play as Coddle. I am a Rockville Artificer with a, I guess, career choice or subclass in the alchemy state. So I make a lot of potions and have a lot of like acidic things that I throw at people, and it's really funny. I enjoy playing as him, and he hasn't died yet, which is kind of shocking. Despite the fact that I've been both, I think me and Butters' character Lander have been in this game from the start. So let's hope that doesn't change anytime soon, because I really like playing as him.
I know. I hope you end up okay.
I hope I stay as Tuttle the whole time, but this is my first time running our Kickstarter show.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and run through our announcements real quick. Who would like to start?
I'll do it. Hey, Griffin Co. Thank you, Griffin Co., who is our longest time sponsor. They are a amazing family company that specialize in 3D printed works and laser printings. I had some stuff engraved from them, and it was beautiful, and I love them. You can go to griffinco.com to check out all their amazing things, and on checkout, use code FABLED42, FABLED 42, to get 22. Oh, I just spit. Y'all didn't see that. 22%.
I saw it.
Purchase.
I
You
saw
did
it.
No one saw it. Don't clip it.
Clip it.
And not only that, our mid-show giveaway will be from Griffin Co. So stay tuned.
And with that, I will shout out our friends at Underground Oracle. They create fabulous 5th edition resources for both sides of the screen, not just DMs, but players as well. And you can find them at undergroundoracle.com or DriveThruRPG. Not only that, I'd love to shout out our friends at Nine Realms Gaming. They hand make all of their products from natural wood. Really cool stuff, very well made. And they create, quality and affordable gaming accessories for all. Use promo code Fabled42 and get 10% off on your next purchase at 9realmsgaming.com.
Smooth.
So smooth.
So I'm going to talk about Critical Dice. If you haven't heard about me talk about Critical Dice, then what the heck are you even... What are you doing? I say it every stream except for last stream because I wasn't here. But Critical Dice, thecriticaldice.com, you should check it out. They offer dice subscription services as well as being able to purchase more than just dice, like box sets and things. Really cool. I have a pair myself and I love them dearly, and they come with me. They're like my travel dice. I take them with me everywhere because I don't know. They're lucky. I had really good rolls with them when I first got them. So,
Yeah.
you know, incentive. Get them. And I believe we have a 22% off on their store if you put in code Fable42. Go ahead and do that at checkout. And then after the Griffin Cone giveaway, starting at break, we will offer a Critical Dice giveaway from midday of the show, from the break to the end of the show. Excuse me.
Yeah.
So, you want a chance to win some Critical Dice, we'll hook you up with some Critical Dice. They're really cool. Stick around. And
I've won a set myself.
yeah, yes. What do you have? I have these teal ones, and it's quite necromancy.
Mine were actually very appropriate for us being in hell. They were like lava themed, so I like them.
Oh, there you go. You gotta be rolling with those today, I guess.
Awesome.
The last thing I have was the YouTube. Shouting out the YouTube. So, if you're not here with us on Mondays doing Crypt Creatures, we also have another show on Fable42 that is Heroes of Salon, run by our Colin, who's in our Discord, and a group of other people just as fantastic as one's here. So, you should definitely check that out. And then we have upcoming shows happening that Anne may or may not be DMing as well, but I think it's still a secret, so...
Well, the names we put out there, you can say the name.
Oh, okay, yeah, so, yeah, I forgot the name. It's like Azuro's Dream, or Azrael's...
The Search for Planet Azad.
Dun,
There
dun,
you go,
dun.
yes, the Search for Azad, I should remember this. And, Anna streamed that on her own channel. It's a really good time. I don't know if the bots are still available. But if you go to our YouTube channel, Fable42 YouTube channel, all of our archive streams, including Luchador and everything else that we stream on the channel, and Extinction Chronicles are there. You should do it. Go watch them. It's fun.
Highly recommend. Highly recommend.
Yeah. If you're a
Good
first-time
podcast
watcher, it's how
material.
you get caught up.
Yep. Good podcast material. I do it all the time.
Sorry, I'm deleting this like Christmas song that's randomly in this playlist.
Jingle bells.
Like, what are you
Just
doing
like
here?
Bells in hell.
Hell's bells.
Hell's bells,
Come on.
God.
There you go. There
Don't
it is.
do this to me.
Someone had to do it. Someone had to say
Don't
it.
do this to me.
Top tier karaoke song.
Okay, well, also don't forget, if you are a subscriber of ours, you can give one of the players an advantage, a luck or an inspiration roll. So, yeah, I mean, either help them
Only the
out,
players.
or the DM if you want to help me out as well. But yeah, welcome back to the game. So here we are. Our homies have gone through this like kind of dark garden of Eden swamp type scenario that they found themselves in. They did manage to travel through it safely after running into a giant like demon snapping turtle, which ended up doing some pretty devastating damage towards Toddle, but he made it out okay. Also, this other creature that was stalking them pretty much the entire time as soon as they entered that forest. But they've cleared it, and after some kind of long-winded traveling, they made it to the city, the outskirts of the city, where there's this giant kind of molten magma and lava canal, or it acts like a moat that's surrounding this city. They do notice that the city is heavily gated with iron gates, and it seems to be circular, and it's pretty huge. Right now, they did find themselves. If I remember how to, do I remember how to move around? I do. They did find themselves here on their awesome bike, facing this really long stone bridge, and they are right now kind of planning a way to get over it in order to enter that city. Yeah, but everyone's chilling right now. Everyone go ahead and do a long rest if you haven't already.
I will do that, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, generous DM.
And it is still pretty early in the morning. I would say about 4 or 5 a.m. And the one who finished out the watch, does anyone remember? I think it was Toddle. Toddle,
Let's go with that.
Yeah, through the night, what were you tinkering on?
Yeah. Okay. So I have my 2 potions. I got my 2 potions after a long rest. Let me see what I need. Let me take a little gander here. Okay, I like doing one offensive potion and 1 defensive potion. So I'm gonna do for offensive another speed vitality.
Okay.
Just basically speed up.
Speed potion. Got it.
Literally putting potion of movement speed.
Solid.
And and then I don't know. For defense, let's. I already got some invisibility in my bag. I really want to make something. We still have the envy potion. Go good with that.
Mm-hmm.
I need like a charisma potion. Yeah, something that like drinking alcohol, like having a sip of alcohol. I need because we're gonna be talking to people, and I need to schmooze some people here. I don't know the official terminology, but it's gonna be something that is like charisma.
Tequila.
Tequila. So basically tequila shots.
That works. Liquid courage.
Liquid courage. Good stuff. And then I had a special request from Mr. Calamity of a weapon that he would like.
Yeah.
And I am going to be constructing this. Now I want to see how. What? Let me see if I can do a search and see. You want a light one, or what? Do you have any more details for me, GW, or what type?
Probably light. A light.
A light one. Okay.
He's a light fellow after all.
I am. I have little hands.
Just imagine his little body trying to hold a large crossbow.
Okay.
Pro tip: use one of those scales in there, and it'll hit a lot harder.
Ooh.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Like a +1 or something?
+2.
Like +1. Okay, we're gonna use a scale.
Yeah.
We're gonna make. All right, so I'm gonna use based off of the request from Calamity. I'm gonna make it's crossbow light +2. I'm gonna use one of those scales.
One scale will make 3 bolts.
Oh, we can make some bolts too.
Yeah, the crossbow. Yeah, if you put a normal bolt in there, it won't have the +2. It's the bolts with the scale that will have the heavy hitting.
Gotcha.
So I can make a normal crossbow, like a
Yes.
light crossbow, and then so we'll make a normal crossbow, and then let me use a scale to make a couple of +2 bolts.
Yeah.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Calamity, you got all that?
So +2 on top of whatever damage the bolt would cost.
Okay. I am scratching off one of my scales, and that is what I am tinkering besides my potions.
Apple bottom jeans, bolts with the scale.
And
With the scale.
Also thinking that.
wyvern scales. So I now have 6 wyvern scales. Okay, that's it. That's me. Also, big shout out to GW for playing Toddle last game. You did a fabulous job. Thank you.
Killed it.
You did a great job playing as the little me.
Yes.
My favorite part was when he jammed that acid bottle right in the tortoise's mouth.
Yes.
That is very character.
I was trying to channel you for that one. I was like, this is what.
This is what Toddle would do. This is what Toddle would do. Good for you. You know me well.
Yes.
Yeah. No particular thoughts. Just going away at those 2 potions, and my crossbow for Calamity. And there was one thing I wanted to comment on as Toddle from the last game, which was you guys having a really very interesting discussion about heroes and your gods, and talking about how Abaddon comes from the nature god, and Calamity comes from the void god, and both of you being like magically inclined, and that's quite interesting. And Toddle would say in this discussion, if I could so interject, that he would say something along the lines of like, oh, you know what, I wasn't blessed with any god. There is no gods on my side. I have never had a god. But if I lose Lander, it's enough to change me to really.
You just wait.
So, losing Lander, he kind of is the one. He kind of is the one person guiding him right now in terms of what he wants to do with his organization. And if I lose him, then literal hell will break loose in Toddle's brain. So, which is good character lore.
I would say something or act something to that.
Yes.
I would say, what is it about Lander that pushes you so hard?
I literally need him. Not just because he is the heavy hitter of our group. Me alone, I would not get very far with fighting. I only use potions and have a handful of weapons that are just kind of low-ranking weapons. So,
as Tuttle says that, Calamity does kind of like look at Abaddon, because he's seen Abaddon do some very, very hard hits, but he won't say anything. He'll just look back at you.
Abaddon kind of looks at Toddle with a very interested look, like, if he can hit harder than me, then, he's going to be definitely someone worth rescuing.
Exactly, yeah. I'm upping the importance of how important Lander is, and that I have plans with, like, I literally need him in order to enact my plans. And he is the puzzle piece I need. So if I lose him, hell will break loose. So we can't lose him. And ironically, we've been in hell, the place where he can communicate the most, if to communicate with, and he has been gone this whole time.
What's
Story of my life.
What's your plan with him?
That is for me to know and for you to never find out, Calamity, and I pat him on the head.
Calamity says nothing. He just kind of looks into the void.
I'll let you know that it's good.
I'll put you over here to look onto the void.
Oh, thanks.
Not the little bunny.
That's all I had. He's so cute.
Great. That's fabulous. They don't have hair and guns, they just have bunny.
And yeah, that's it. After I hear that, I just let it be.
Mm-hmm. And I kind of, take that as it is and kind of close my eyes again and go back to sleep.
Toddle, go ahead and roll a perception check, please.
Hey.
Is Toddle within 30 feet of me?
Yeah. You're all within 30 feet of each other.
Okay. Good.
Perception, you said?
Yes.
I got 8.
8. Never mind. You do feel it getting a little warmer, though.
Oh no. Well. Alright. Yep, nope, can't do anything. No one else is awake. I'm watching. I'm lookout, right? That's what's happening right now.
Yeah. You your watch is over though, so if you want to wake them up, you can.
Okay.
Up to you.
Well, no, they can sleep longer. They can sleep longer. I'm still working on shit, so that's fine.
Dungeon Mechanics Raid, what up?
Yo.
Hey guys, we have a giveaway going on, so exclamation critical if you want to enter. We will announce the winner after our first break, and only break, and then we have another giveaway after that. So, pretty cool. Welcome to hell.
Anyway, so yeah, there's nothing I can do. I just, I don't know. I'm a silly little gnome guy. What am I gonna do? I don't know. What can a little gnome guy? I want to do. I changed my mind. There's one more thing. Yeah, there's one more thing. Flash of genius on me. No, there is one thing I want to make. When we find Lander, there is one thing I want to construct, and I don't know what to construct it with. But I am making him a tracker. God damn it!
Oh yeah.
Making him a tracker. That is something I came up with. I was like, nope, we have to stop losing him. If he disappears, we at least will have a signal on him. So I guess this.
You're gonna give him a little. You're gonna make a little tile tag.
Yeah, AirPod tag.
Yes.
Air tag.
Find my.
Yes.
Hell phone.
So I need to.
My Lander.
I think there is a artificer ability that is like making a device that is something like a locator thing, or like something that like catches light or something that catches sounds. Something kind of similar to like sending stones. So I want to make, basically I'm going to take the item, the sending stones, the speaking stones or whatever they're called.
Okay.
But make them as more of like a locator instead of like something to talk to each other.
Okay. That will take some time.
Yes, and that was another thing I wanted to make, so that when we find him, I can literally just slap it on his freaking body and be like, you are not leaving anymore.
I just take the syringe.
Inject it in him like a nano machine.
Alright. Well, it's still a quiet, well, now it's quiet early evening. The heat.
To feed my willow seed.
Yeah, if you'd like to. Right now, he's just kind of tucked into his leaves, wrapped around his face.
Okay, Audrey too, come here. How big is my willow seed now? It's like a whole little dancing, moving thing now.
Almost as tall as you, to be honest.
Oh fuck, cool.
You're noticing it's the longer you're down here, the more it grows. It grows a lot faster.
It feeds on chaos. I like it. Okay.
Yeah.
Hell has nutrient-rich soil.
Yes.
Apparently.
Optimum sunlight. Somehow.
Right. Fun character lore. I'm gonna go over and be like, well, I don't know what to feed you. Well, never have I had a willow seed bed. But I'm gonna like try to communicate with it. I don't know how to communicate with my little seed, but I'm gonna try to communicate with it. Like, what are your needs, little creature? I got you your nutrient-rich soils, but let me pull through. Do you want some liquids? Do you want some solids? Hold up some items and see what it says okay to. Got some bark. I got some silverware. I have bones. I have moss. I have gems. I have feathers. I have blood.
Roll another perception check.
Okay.
Just rattling off everything in your inventory.
Yeah, just going. What would you like, little critter? Because I don't know. 14.
14? Okay, yeah. So you do notice. Oh, this little mushroom guy is a cute little. You do notice that there is a couple of. They look like. You guys have seen them when you first arrived here. I think Abaddon, you especially, while you're in the caves and stuff. They look very similar to cave spiders. They seem relatively harmless. The ones you saw were enormous. The ones here are like very tiny, actual spider size. kind of just traveling in groups kind of through the crevices and under the stones, which make up the entire ground at the moment. You do notice your little plant dude starts to open its leaves up a little bit, and it's keeping an eye on these cave spiders. It looks like it's going to try to catch one in its mouth. And because of that roll, you also do notice that the level of the lava is a little bit higher than before, but it seems to have stopped.
I wonder if that's something that, like, they have a dam or something for the lava. It's flowing back and forth. Or maybe it changes with the moon? What's up?
No moon.
Wow, that's interesting. Noting this down. I'm gonna, in between all of my crafting and such, I'm gonna walk over with the unnamed willow seed and kind of just like sit and watch and observe and hope to gain some knowledge.
Let's see if he is successful. He is. So you're gonna notice there's gonna be a little tiny like crack that peels open between his petals. It's gonna go all the way around and it's gonna form a jaw, which you saw a little bit of, but it was a lot smaller before. You didn't really see it open its mouth often. It is gonna peel open its mouth, and because it has been a while, you'll see like almost translucent, like saliva, almost iridescent in a way, as it kind of like as the mouth peels open, it'll expose really sharp, clear, needle-like teeth. Not just one row of them, but the entire top and bottom of the jaw is just lined with rows of these teeth. And the middle of its mouth is going to kind of pulse open a little bit, and you're going to see a very snake-like mouth come out. This one a lot fleshier, with what looks to be like veins kind of coming out from the bottom, and sort of, and it looks very muscular too. It's going to peek out really slowly as if it's been growing in midair, and then it's going to snap at the cave spider and catch it, and it's going to lock its mouth closed. And it's going to look very happy. And he's going to do he's going to do a little bit of a dance.
Yeah, there will be a jig.
And he's going to look for more. So he's going to walk over. His other two heads, which are also a little bit more further developed than before, but still smaller, are going to also peel and kind of peer in other directions, looking for the food.
Okay, yeah, I'm thoroughly amused, and I almost want to like ask it for some of its saliva to see if it creates. Maybe its leaves have healing qualities. I don't know. I am observing my unnamed willow seeds feeding ritual.
Yes.
Being highly amused in hopes that. In hopes that I learn more about the creature, as I have never had one before. So that's what's happening, and that's what I'm doing. Side notes to everyone. I don't know if this was made clear or not, but
I'll use this for now.
Yeah, a little mushroom.
He's not a mushroom, but that'll do for now.
Oh, he's not?
No.
Oh, no, the willow seed's not. No.
The willow seed's not, but this is fine for now.
This is, so artificers get something called a homunculus servant with one of their infusions, and it's supposed to be more of like a robotic thing, but I made a pact with them that this could be my homunculus servant, so it kind of sometimes obeys me.
Yeah.
I like how you called it a pact. What do we? That
like
sounds
you cut
like
hands and like clasp them and like you made a blood oath.
You guys don't do that with your friends?
Not anymore. I mean,
Who do you wake up for the next watch, Tuttle?
Y'all can keep sleeping.
Oh, okay.
I can keep going. Tuttle doesn't sleep much.
Well, everyone's already had their watch. You were the final person.
Oh, right. Okay.
So, dude's wandering around.
Pretty much, Tuttle gets sleep when he like is at level 3 of exhaustion.
Noted. Well, there's the thing I do. Oh, go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say if we're all awake, then I'm gonna kind of look at the lava and just point out Is that higher than it used to be?
Yeah, and you'll see me like toddle in the back taking notes. Like, yeah, I noticed that too. It's also getting hotter. So, but I don't think he can crowd over us, right?
Have you noticed that it's stopped? Or is it still climbing?
No, it's still climbing. It's been climbing, but I doubt it'll come over us.
I'm gonna look around anyway to see if there's like any higher ground that we can get to.
Okay. As in walk around, or just take a look from where
yeah.
you are?
I mean, I'm gonna walk, around, still staying like pretty close to the group, within like eye line. But,
Okay.
As far as I can get while they still see me and I still see them.
Well, you can roll perception check. I'll see
Okay.
exactly how much you see.
We'll see how perceptive I am today.
Let's see.
Ooh, 22.
Blessings. Ooh.
22. Wow, you see all the things. And the little plant guy is going to kind of follow you. And you'll see his mouth is just full of cave spiders. You do notice where you guys came from, it's pretty freaking flat. Like, it's really, really flat around here. You do see some kind of... You still see those kind of floating rock faces that act as, like, mid-air islands all about you. All of them seem to be pretty desolate. There is one, since you got a 22... I would say it's about 600 feet in the air, about like 300 yards behind you guys. There seems to be like a tiny little house like that's sitting on there. Otherwise, everything's pretty barren. And all you can see in front of you is just a giant black iron gate that's housing this city. But everything else is flat. The only high ground are probably from these like floating rocks.
Gotcha. How far is the gates on the other end of the bridge?
Yes.
How long is that bridge?
The bridge, it's not bad. What is that? Like, it's like a football field length.
About 100 yards, okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, I'm very nervous about the lava rising, so I'm going to run across the bridge, checking for people as I go, because I don't want to like alert anyone.
Okay.
But I'm going to try and get to the other end just to check the door out to see if it's something we can get through pretty quickly.
Okay.
In case we need to.
Oops, wrong direction. Sorry guys if you get motion sickness. All right, so you're going. And Calamity, what are you up to while he's doing this?
Calamity is not doing much. He is just probably fumbling with excitement and still a touch of fear, always a touch of fear and nervousness, with the new crossbow that was good.
So I'm gonna notify Calamity that I made his new crossbow, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag you over and be like, this is how you make bolts, and I'm gonna show you how to actually make your own crossbow bolts.
I will give you my undivided attention.
Yay! Learning! Just in case I'm not here for whatever reason. Here's how you make bolts.
Nice.
And I'm gonna teach you how to do that while I make the...
So now Calamity has that skill.
Exactly!
You are now a little bit more proficient in crossbow stuff. Averin, I mean, my model just tapers off because I did not have time to build a giant thing. But we'll say right where the screen ends is where the wall starts. You do notice it looks... it's not phallic, but the opposite of phallic. It looks like it's like a little crevice that's cracked open.
Vaginal?
Yes, it looks very vaginal. It's not even a door. It looks like something, like peeled open the rock, You can walk into it. It looks like it does lead into sort of like a small corridor. Otherwise, you don't see any guards. You don't see really anything else. It almost looks like it's a cave on the other side. Do you want to get inside and get a little bit closer?
I'm going to look back, and do I notice whether the lava has risen? a significant amount since I've left the group.
Since you rolled very high perception to begin with, you will notice you can kind of measure by kind of the indentations in the rock where the rising, like the high tide would stop. It's obviously very man-made. I think Toddle's call on it being caused by the city somehow is right on the money. So you don't fear that it'll interrupt things.
Then I'll return to the group and let them know what I found.
Okie doke. Making my way downtown.
Walking fast.
Walking fast.
Okay, well, do you think maybe we should try to just go ahead and see if we can get our bike over the bridge so we can go in?
Little guy's over here now.
You know, I'm shocked none of you guys suggested we just jump it. Like I could just suggest I could make a ramp right now and we could jump this thing.
Yeah, the issue was that the vehicle wouldn't fit on the bridge.
Yeah.
It would be too narrow.
Let me just go get some boulders and we'll pile it up and I'll just jump the thing.
Well,
it's that kind of expertise that we were missing.
but we don't want to leave the bike behind, do we? We have so much stuff on the bike.
I mean, jump the bike, like Evil Knievel style.
but we'll be seen. We're trying to get in stealthily, I thought.
But actually, Calamity, I just went across the bridge. I don't see anyone on the other side. I don't know if there's anyone here.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would the city gate not have guards?
To be honest, it doesn't even look like a gate. It looks more like some sort of crevice in the rock face. As if someone ripped the rocks open with their bare hands.
Vaginal.
You had to do it. You had to do it.
The gutter.
I'm sorry. My people multiply a lot.
You're sounding like Lander there. Calm down.
Okay. Let's just
Clip
try
it, yes. Please.
Let's try it. And I'm gonna start
Heading over?
heading over with all of our things all prepped.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna look for big rocks that I can push into a ramp-like pile.
I'll be hitting them flattening. Hitting them with various objects in order to flatten them. Oh boy.
Alright.
Many a tools.
Everybody's walking, everything's packed up. We're loading the bike.
Working in a hell mine, going downtown.
So what, you're building a wrap? Are you wrapping, Toddle? Are you building a ramp?
Yes, please.
Okay. Sweet.
Yes, please.
And I'll help. I'll do anything that I can to help to give the help action.
Okay. Do you have to roll anything for that, Mackenzie? For building that kind of stuff?
To build a thing?
No, right? I think it's up to me.
I think it's... as far as I'm aware, making a ramp real quick ain't anything, but I could roll something if you'd like.
Because there's rocks, I guess.
Question mark, performance?
Roll a performance check. You can do it, but how good is it? That's my question.
I don't like that roll.
Please tell me. No!
Oh. Did you get a nat? Oops.
I was thinking that in my head, but I wasn't gonna say it out loud because I was like, okay, I'm not gonna say it out loud because if you say it out loud, it comes true.
Yeah.
How do I fucking?
But however, we are helping Toddle, right? So that's advantage.
Would that be with advantage?
Oh please.
Yes.
Oh, please,
you are
please.
helping. That's
Yes!
really. It's sad but true.
Okay, much better. We got a 16.
I don't know how to.
Hooray.
Oh, do I turn it
Hooray.
like this?
Oh yay! Oh yay! Oh yay!
Oh, that's
Teamwork.
How do I turn it?
I like how you're actually making a ramp. That's so cool.
I don't know how to turn
I'm like
it.
so impressed with this. This is so cool.
I do not know how to turn this. Sorry, guys. If you're a Tailspire person, don't give me shit.
Use your imagination. It's going the other way.
Tig just gave Tuttle look at inspiration for the ramp.
Oh shit, Tig, damn you.
Thank you. I will be using those. Thank you very much.
All right, what's your new roll?
I think it was 16 total, was it?
Yeah, 16 total.
Control or Alt?
Yeah, I was gonna say roll 20.
Oh Lord, hold on. Oh no, that's not what I want.
Don't ask me. I don't know how this works.
Nope. Nope, that's not it.
Any builders in chat? Any builders? Any building?
Oh, I don't know. Fuck it.
Hey, people.
People? Builders? Anything?
Okay, what's your roll?
16.
16. Oh, that's much
Yes.
better. All right, are you gonna go for it? 100 yards?
Of course I'm gonna go for it.
All right.
But
And before we do,
we're hitting that Trailblaze button too.
before we hit the Trailblaze button, Calamity is very, very nervous, and he just really wants this to happen. And so again, I think Avaron notices like
Hi, Colin.
that kind of jittering nervousness, but it turns into like this heavy vibration of just like kind of like a black blur. Like it's hard for you to focus on me, and that moves from me to the bike in this very uncomfortable kind of like.
And I pick Calamity up at this, put him on my shoulder, and say, "Tuttle, we'll wait for you on the other side."
I also have another idea that I've just thought of.
Yeah.
So that was me casting jump on the bike.
Oh, already?
Yeah.
Okay, real quick, where is everybody at this moment?
It sounds like I am now on Avaran's shoulders.
Okay,
Or if you want to be, you could always tell me to put you down.
Toggle, where's
I
your
feel like it would be safer higher and on your shoulder.
And-
Where am I?
Yeah.
I was on the bike. I was the one, like, after building
Oh,
the
you're-
bike, I backed up.
Okay. Sorry, hang on. Okay, well you're well you're on the bike, so Calamity casts this spell on you, and you go fucking flying with the bike, and you land safely on the other side.
Okay.
Calamity and Avaran, that you guys have to catch up. So you're walking over,
Start
Don't die! So, my other idea...
and the little plant guy is like, no, and he like flops over trying to catch up.
No! Shouldn't the plant guy just be on my shoulders at all times?
He's been
Like my
really
Do
occupied.
you have a hood? Like he could just. Like,
Yeah, see, I literally have a hood. He could just, like, chill in.
Are you
But
gonna?
wait,
You can
but
scoop
wait.
him up and throw him in there.
But isn't the plant guy like almost your height though now?
He gets, but he's just, like, little feathers and
Go
stuff.
for it. Live your
You
best
just, like-
life.
You still have
Just
that.
like-
You still do have that backpack. That's like a,
Yeah,
a
it's like
giant
a giant
glass cloche, like bag.
Area thingy. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and you guys are successfully on the other side, and you are facing this giant vagina entrance.
So, real quick, just thought of this too. Glad we made it. Good jump. However, we could have just like forced the bike and then destroyed the bridge, and then no one can get back into the city. You know,
But then we wouldn't be able to get out.
we're not going back. I don't think there's anywhere we want to go.
Well, then yes, that would have been a lot easier.
This is fine. This is fine.
I suppose that's why they say
Everything is
hindsight is
fine.
20/20.
This is fine.
As everyone says that, Calamity looks back at his own butt, confused. But that's all.
But
Well, as you guys and as all three of you kind of as soon as you kind of feel like intentions, or you do feel a little bit of like magic pulsing from this area. And this gate, you'll notice almost like, a heat mirage, like on the road. The very middle of this kind of opening starts to have that same effect. And it does sense your intentions of entering the city. And you will notice a creature appear. And he's terrifying looking. He is enormous. Just his face itself, I would say, is about like 6-7 yards wide. He just has loose, kind of pale, almost transparent skin. You can see all of his vessels and blood vessels all over his face, and it kind of goes into his shoulders. You do see his head kind of appear as if he's like melting through this like clear mirage type thing that's happening. And you see one arm come out, really gangly, still muscular, but long and lanky. His bones are kind of in awkward places all over his hands, and his hands are also enormous, bigger than his face. One hand kind of reaches out and grabs the wall of the gate, and another hand reaches out, grabs the other side of the wall, and then 2 more hands from beneath him. You can't see his backside, you just see his, sorry Siri, you just see his chest kind of emerge. And it's a weak chest, doesn't seem like there's a lot of muscle there, just ribs, kind of loose skin. And his jaw is very jagged, and his smile is wide, literally ear to ear. Ears that he actually doesn't have. And his eyes are very small and focused on the very center of his head, almost like a bug. And his eyes are just black. And you can see like kind of the tear ducts of his eyes are large and red and kind of just uncomfortable looking creature. He does have a nose bridge, but it's very small and kind of flat. And there's no hair on his head. And he kind of looms over you. He's a good like 10 feet above you. And you just, as the world around you goes a little bit more silent as he speaks. He has a very guttural, deep voice that's very penetrating, very intimidating. And he asks you what you're here for.
We're looking for this guy, and I hold up like a really shoddy drawing of Lander.
It's like a stick figure made in crayon or something.
Yeah, he's got like a browny face and like little angry eyebrows.
Let me see.
Face markings. He'll at least have all of his face markings and his hair.
Yeah, he doesn't recognize who it is. In his brain, he's just like, okay, you're looking for a tiefling. Like, the city's full of those.
He's special. He's special. He's royalty.
Royalty, you say? Do you have ties with the family? And he kind of leans in, and you see his neck starts to elongate, and almost like his spinal cord is like clacking open, one vertebrae at a time as he stretches his neck. His skin, which is originally saggy, starts to strain and pull. And he turns his head, looming down and closer to Toddle's level. Do you have ties with the family?
Yes, I am his keeper.
And you see him kind of like tuck his head back in, and as if he's communicating with someone, he kind of like zones out for just a minute. And he's like frozen in place. Do you guys do anything as he's communicating?
Did you see his neck do the thing that those like child lightsabers do, where they go?
Literally.
No, I'm gonna be saying that.
You do notice your little plant guy is like shaking and kind of tucks himself and cuddles against your back, Toddle.
Calamity does the very same thing to Everon. You just feel like this this kind of subtle vibration like behind your neck, and me like go kind of deeper into your like torso clothing.
Yeah.
Do I feel anything warm running down my back?
Let me roll for it. No, you do not.
Okay. Little tiny, or I would say like little tiny like pebbles. You just feel like relaxed.
Yeah. Parangons do things.
So after just a second, he does like kind of almost like twitch his neck to the side and then kind of loses his attention on Toddle. He does turn towards Calamity and does a very similar thing, kind of stretches downward, but this time he kind of repositions his elbows, and it seems like he's really uncomfortable and in a lot of pain all the time. But he groans and kind of pulls himself out a little bit, and then, well, it's a little startling, kind of drops his body weight, so he comes in on you a lot faster, but pauses his face right in front of you, Calamity. Is that your offering?
Averon, you just continue to hear Calamity babbling, trying to make words.
And so I then look up at this creature and says, "These are my friends. Neither of them is an offering." And then I'd like to kind of examine him visually and see, like, you know, you say he's in discomfort.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see any, like, visible wounds on him?
Well, actually, roll a perception. Let's see if you notice.
Come on. Ooh, that's a disgustingly bad roll. That's a total of 6.
I mean, you don't notice anything. You do notice that it seems like his waist is wedged in between this wall. It's jarring. You're trying to figure out how he like got his body through it, but you don't notice anything. He just a giant creature, and he looks like he's developed oddly. So you assume that's where the pain's coming from.
So then I follow up by saying, obviously you are a creature of high esteem to be put in charge of guarding this gate, and we ask humbly that you let us pass.
Humbly. And he just repeats that for a minute, and then you see it's hard to see where he's looking because all of his eyes is black. But he does lean away from Calamity and kind of back into that first position he was in. And he thinks for a minute. Yeah. I'm doing some rolls here.
I need to think of what it is I can do. I want to. It's hard because I don't know how to put it in D&D terms, but there's something I want to do. Okay, so I'm gonna really, really quickly, because I don't think I sketched her. I'm gonna really, 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 really quickly try to sketch the other person we're trying to look for, the pink lady.
Okay.
I'm gonna sketch her out real quick, and notice I'm gonna try to. Can I do like an insight check on him to kind of get his vibe if he's feeling like he's gonna let us go or not?
Totally.
Yay! Okay, thank you.
Are you gonna show him the sketch?
I am, and I'm also depending on what happens, I also have something else I want to show him.
Roll a performance check for the drawing.
Performance check. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Flash of genius. Or wait, no, wait. I have a luck and an inspo. I'm gonna do a inspo on that.
Okay.
Performance again.
What'd you get?
Okay. Okay, a 10.
Things are a little wonky around me sometimes. Add a D4 to that.
Okay, thank you.
Ooh.
So 14. Thank you.
14's good. Okay, recognizable. I mean, she literally has a very unique look. She's a pink tiefling. But yeah. Okay, you show the sketch.
So I'm gonna really roughly sketch her out and be like, we're also looking for her. And then so that's the performance, and then can I do an insight and to see how he feels?
Yes, what's your insight check?
Oh, much better. Okay, 19.
I love how the insight's super high. Yeah, he's gonna with his kind of gaze having trouble leaving Calamity. He does eventually, turn his head towards you, and he does notice the drawing. He kind of lightens his, drops his shoulders a little bit. He does take a look at you, and he nods just once, like one deep nod, and just slowly kind of like pushes himself back into this crevice. And that kind of heat, and he's gone. The heat, very quickly, the heat mirage kind of dissipates, and you'll see kind of the stone wall there. And then it does start to open. The ground starts to shake beneath you a little bit. You will notice that the lava starts to drop a little bit. And as it does, the deeper it gets, the wider this gate sort of opens. And similar to the Harry Potter scene where all the bricks are like falling into place, but all the rocks are sort of moving out of place. And it does form a very tall corridor. So the ceiling above you is very tall. It's about 3 stories tall above you. And almost like ribs. Like it looks like there's a, what do you call that? The arch. There's an archway like every 10 feet or so. And it kind of guides you through this long tunnel. Do you enter?
I'm gonna take a look back at my companions and be like, yes, I know. Very, very impressive. And kind of like do a little...
You're gonna lead the way.
Averon feels Calamity look at him. I thought you said nobody was here.
That's what I thought when I checked the first time. But as you saw, he literally appeared as if from nowhere. He came out of that opening that was just kind of shimmery. It's almost as if he came from another dimension.
I liked his neck. He had a nice neck.
A nice,
I'm gonna take
gross
info
neck.
on that neck, and I am gonna actually make a mental note of his neck and the way it moves, and keep that in mind for making weapons.
Yeah, Calamity will just end by like nervous groans, and that's it.
Okay, well, with the marching order is Toddle, and then Averon and Calamity still on the shoulders. Technically, little plant guy who is big enough to be, a character that will count for everything in combat and everything, is strapped to the back of Toddle. As you're entering, there doesn't seem to be anything here. It's I don't know, it's a lot quieter. It's significantly cooler as well. As soon as you step into that shade, just all the heat, all the humidity is just kind of, it's really relieving. You feel like you can breathe again. And you walk through this tunnel for a while. It seems like 400 feet or so you're walking through this tunnel. So unless anyone says anything while you're walking through, there is a light at the end of it. You do enter at the front of the city, and you have kind of the best view of the city right where you're at. And it is huge. It looks like you're looking down onto the inside of a cone, and it's just like a spiral kind of setup here. There seems to be multiple, almost hundreds of levels down, and in all these levels, it looks like just earth and rock and like really beautiful slates of obsidian. There's a bunch of statues that are usually women, like half women, half goats. Other creatures, wyvern as well, are kind of flying around, but it looks like each of the wyvern that are flying around have riders, and they're a lot smaller than the ones you'd see out in the wild. And you do see a ton of homes as well. You do start at the closer you look, you see doors, you see windows. So it is a full-blown city. It looks like there's creatures walking around, a lot of them clad in armor, but those who are kind of traveling in groups. A lot of them are chatting pretty casually, of course in languages that are very kind of, rough to hear, like really harsh sort of dialects and languages. A lot of them, a little bit threatening to each other. Otherwise, you guys stand out a lot. And just walking through the front gates, if you look directly to your right or left, there are going to be 2 tieflings standing on either side of you. And they're going to be staring at you as you walk in. Quick note before I continue with my description. Where are you going to leave your bike outside, or are you taking it with you?
I was just wondering about that.
Great question. Yes. Can we leave it?
No, we should
I have an
definitely.
idea.
Okay, what's the idea? What is it?
I was gonna say I could cast invisibility on it. But go on. What's your thoughts?
Invisibility only lasts an hour, right?
Yeah.
Is it so? To my understanding, is the bike too big to get through the opening?
No, it can go through. It's opened wide enough.
Okay. Then I vote we take the bike with us.
Oh.
But now that we're at
We're
this
gonna get it
city,
stolen.
where would we? Yeah, like where do we leave it?
Get this shit stolen.
In this long corridor, and were there any like alcoves on the side that we could potentially hide this bike?
No.
Oh shit.
Nuts.
I don't feel comfortable just leaving the bike behind, because like there's so much stuff on that bike, and I would rather have it like in sight so we can try to fight someone off if they try to steal it than us walking away from the bike and it just straight up getting stolen because no one's there.
Keep in note, these roads, there doesn't seem to be any roads. It looks like a lot of traveling that you're seeing happen. You can see it because you're like right at the top of this cone. All of the traveling seems to take place by flight or walking. So the bike will definitely fit. You could probably fit 3 of them on these roads, so they're pretty wide. And the bike's not enormous. It would attract attention, but there's also a lot of other kind of oddly, because this was created by materials that were found in the area, and there are a lot of other vehicles that are kind of lying about. Cannot promise it won't be stolen though, but it blends in pretty well. But you can tell by how Toddle's constructed it, that's a little bit more professional looking, at least in this area. Everything else looks kind of shitty, made of like old scraps of metal from like lost wars and things that they can find, and bone, that kind of thing, and kind of like different leathers and things, whereas the one that Toddle made was made mostly from different types of steel and obsidian stone.
We should definitely take it with us.
Yeah, I think we should take it with us. Not only will it help mask us a little bit in some regard, but I don't think this bike is coming with us to the surface world, so if at any point we need to use it as a bargaining chip, we can.
Yeah.
I don't think it's coming with us to the surface world, but it at the very least will help us fit in a little bit, because right now, yeah, we stick out like a sore thumb. We don't.
Oh, by the way, the tower that you were looking at from a distance is right the center of this cone. So it's a giant tower, and I'm going to have a map for you next week. I did not have time this week. But it's a giant tower, and then the cone is kind of centered around it. And right where the cone is like sea level or like ground level. And there's a lot of bridges that connect from different parts of the different roads into the tower. But then it's just kind of a straight shot, and it seems to be like an overcast day in hell today. And so, yeah, you can't see the top of the tower. It's just obstructed by clouds.
So even though this tower is at the bottom of the cone,
yeah,
there's still bridges and stuff like
connecting. There's still entry points all over it. Yeah.
And like the entry points are like at different levels. It's not all on the same level at the the ground, but it's like perfect.
Yeah.
I think we should just try to go to the tower and find this person. How about and when I look at the whole scene, how long do I think it'll be to get to the tower from any one of these like connecting points, like the closest road to one of the levels of the tower?
Granted, this is a huge space. The closest one is probably maybe a quarter mile away. around. You can go right or left. There's a bridge on either side around that same distance. On this level. If you were to go downstairs, I mean, that would still, I think, where you're at, that would be the fastest. And you would be at the highest point. So, and you know from, or you assume royalty would be at the top of this tower.
Gotcha. The explorer in me wants just like to just explore the city, but Calamity would never do that. This is hell, and this is so yeah, he would just be pushing us to let's go to the tower. It looks like the nearest entrance is over there.
All right, is everyone riding the bike, or are we doing the invisibility bike thing?
I think everyone should be riding.
Riding
I
it?
agree.
Okay. Yeah, and so you guys are going. There was one of the tieflings was like headed towards Calamity to like grab him by the ears, but you guys leave just in time.
Yep, I'm and I just want you to know that if I'm not always on Avaran's shoulders, I am always sandwiched in between Avaran and Tuttle. Always sandwiched.
Okay, sounds
Always.
good. Smart. But yeah, you head out. One of the tieflings seems to curse at you, and you drive through. And you want to go right or left?
Tuttle, which way?
Oh, Toddle would. Mackenzie doesn't know, but Toddle would know.
Okay.
I'll make a roll. I'll do a roll.
Just roll a d20. Tell me what you get.
Yeah,
If it's over 10, you're going right. It's under 10, you're going left. If it's 10, you get a secret surprise. Okay, it's 3. So you're going left. And yeah, you pass by a couple of. I mean, the signs are in a very foreign language. But so it's hard to see, but it looks like just a lot of kind of gathering areas, a lot of rooms, and just bizarre things like that. You do see a place that it looks like there's a line of creatures waiting outside, maybe for types of meat. But you drive through, and a lot of creatures aren't really taking much notice of you. I think there's a couple of them that I think are interested in the bike that you're riding, but I mean, no one really pays you any mind. Everyone seems to be having their own agenda. But yeah, you eventually do go around the city. Everyone roll a perception check to see what little things you notice on your way.
Yeah.
A total of 20.
Oh my god.
Nice.
7.
7.
I'm getting trash rolls tonight.
You are. You really are. I can't even lie about it.
It's bad.
I have my number.
What's your number?
25 perception.
Wow.
Them
Okay.
ears. Them
Top-
ears.
The totally.
Little eyes.
You are very focused on the road.
I am driving.
You're driving. But yeah, I mean, Avaron and Calamity, you do both notice this. Well, it seems like all the creatures here are creatures you'd probably notice on the surface. A lot of them are tiefling, some of them are devils, but and you even pass a couple of them that are speaking common to each other. The ones that are wearing like regular leather armor.
Thank God.
Otherwise, pretty casual clothes. It looks like it's a big population of mostly those creatures. But you passed a furbolg on your way over. You both do notice that.
No.
The furbolg is very heavily hooded and scarred up, but
Oh no.
you do assume from the past that maybe because this is a huge major city, it's probably the safest place here. Whoever got trapped here and found their way here probably found an easier way of life in this city than anywhere outside of the city, which is just barren wasteland and terrifying things. And otherwise, I mean, it seems pretty chill. There's a couple of stores you do pass. And Avaron, you do notice a couple of levels below you. You do hear some screeching. It's very familiar. It sounds like a wyvern. It's like, oh, flashbacks. But you do notice seems to be like a stable where they have 5 or 6 of them. Just kind of, there's one It looks like a demon-type creature. It's actually probably more of a goblin that's wearing things that make it look like a tiefling-type creature, maybe to keep it safer. But it's feeding all these creatures. Cuts of, like, horse legs and horse meat and things like that. It is feeding them.
There's horse around here?
Yeah. If there's horse meat, and yeah. So you guys notice all that stuff. What's a good thing to notice at level 25? You do notice that there's a lot of unique, or 25 score. You do notice that there's some unique ore that's kind of laced into some of the walls here. There's a couple of, I guess, bits of statues that are also laced with this ore. It seems to be like a golden ore. But otherwise, you guys make it to the first bridge, and it's pretty typical. It does suspend you in air. There's no, like, it just drops off. There's no sidewalls, nothing protecting you. And it is a lot narrower.
Please tell me it's not windy here.
It is not windy here, no. But yeah, you are going to be suspended in air for the next 5 miles into this tower.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's small.
And then it connects to a thicker bridge for another 10 miles. And then you have to kind of travel up into the tower another 10 miles. It's a long way.
Yeah.
So Calamity would never ask you guys this, but me as a player, do y'all want to go shopping?
So hilariously, Tuttle would never do this, but Tuttle is technically avoiding all the shopping I really want to just pursue right now, which is very unlike him, but Tuttle's in pursuit right now.
He wants to save his friend.
Yeah.
Abaddon knows he's in an unfriendly land, surrounded by unfriendly creatures, and wants to interact with as few of them as possible. So, yeah, no shopping.
All right.
We're scared. We just want to leave.
I'm on adventure mode.
Yeah, okay.
Very unlike Tuttle, but...
So yeah, you start to cross this bridge, and we're actually going to take our break there. And yeah, thanks, guys. We will we will
do exclamation critical.
Yeah.
Yes, please, exclamation critical in the chat in order to enter the giveaway. It's your last few minutes to do so. We'll be back in 10 minutes, so 8:05 our time PST. Yeah, and then, I'll explain. I'll explain later when we get there.
Cool.
Flaming screen, hell yeah!
And just so everyone knows in chat right now on the list of possible winners for the giveaway, we have Existential Nerd, we have Veda Monster, we have Tig, we have Shift 70 Up, we have Saitan, we have Bacchus, and we have Chav Hunter. Those are who's on my list right now.
So
be
far.
sure to be on there.
Am I allowed to enter the giveaway?
You are.
Can I enter the giveaway?
You are.
Okay, I'm entering as Fable42, but that's Ann Bear.
Okay. And Bear on the list.
No,
Yes. And, I'll explain all that when we get back. We'll see you in 10 minutes.
Right. See you guys.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We are going to announce our winner. How was everyone's break? Was it good?
It was great.
It was
That's
everything
good.
I needed it to be.
I have a Kool-Aid jammer. Because I'm an adult. Okay. All right, last few minutes to enter, the giveaway for tonight. Exclamation critical in chat.
I saw some people come in here, some new people.
Cool.
Bunny, if you haven't entered, be sure to enter. Butthole Baron, enter if you have not.
I have entered
That
this
sounded
one this
weird.
time. Butthole Baron, if you have not entered, do so now.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Sounds
5,
uncomfortable.
6, 7.
Oh no, penetration.
I just want to say I'm very proud of our squad because, like, of course anybody can do a dick joke, but we did a vagina joke. I'm
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm proud of us.
Yeah. Made a whole gate around it.
Alright, so number 1, I'm going to be rolling a d10 for this. Number 1 is Existential Nerd. Number 2, Veda Monster. Number 3, Tig. Number 4, Shift 70. Number 5, Saitan. Number 6, Bacchus. Number 7, Chav Hunter. Number 8, and number 9, Mackenzie.
Ew.
A whole gate? That's funny. Okay.
That's funny.
Alright. Alright, here we go. Number 4, who that? Shift 70 up. Congratulations.
Ah, very nice.
Hey.
Love that. Love that for you.
Shift 70 came
there
came
comes the
through,
cat.
said hi. They haven't been here for a while because life's been really busy, but you got something. You got something. Mackenzie, can you do exclamation point winner in chat for me so they can, if they're not already in our Discord, they have the link for it. So Shift 70, what you're gonna do is, this is the Griffin code. You're gonna message me in the Discord, of course, GW, and we'll chat and see what you get. And now our critical dice giveaway is now open. So yeah.
Exclamation
Do it all
critical.
over again.
Yep, exclamation critical in the chat again to re-enter this new giveaway for a set of critical dice.
Critical dice.
Yes. I'm tired, you guys. I've had such a long last
Critical
few
dice
days.
dice.
It's all good.
Critical dice.
Dice fees.
Back to you, Anne.
Well, so here we are. I'm going to fast forward time a little bit since nothing really eventful ever happens on this bridge. However, you are going to hit a little bit of traffic as you are a little bit faster and come across what looks to be a goblin pulling a crate just full of loose items, like junk, and is hogging up the road, is right in front of you, and you have to slow down to a screeching halt right behind this goblin.
Is there room for us to get past him if you were to move off to the side?
Yeah, well, yeah, but he is not.
Oi, you there, fella.
Says nothing. He has a big red hood, and he's just looking down and slowly pulling, like painfully taking one step at a time, ignoring you.
Could I get your attention with a bit of gold?
He does stop for that, yeah. Let me roll for that, see what he does. Okay. Yeah, I mean, he pauses and looks over his shoulder. He's wearing an eye patch. Otherwise, normal looking goblin. I mean,
How much to let us pass?
how much you got?
I'd like to keep that to myself. You tell me what it's worth to you.
I'll take 4 gold.
Well, just so you're so agreeable, I'll give you 5. I dropped 5 gold coins in his hand.
He looks at his hand with the 5 gold, sticks it in his pocket, and keeps walking really slowly. And doesn't move to the side.
So at this point, I hop off the bike. I walk
Ooh.
kind of around him, and I stand in front. And I say, "Excuse me, I just gave you 5 gold to get out of my way. Are you going to do that now?"
And let me see if he does it. Damn! Okay, well, he doesn't do it. But he looks up at you, and he lifts up his eye patch to, like, take a good look at you, and he has, like, a normal eye under there. I ain't moving for shit. puts his eye patch back on.
Well, I didn't give you shit. I gave you 5 gold.
No, you didn't.
All right. One,
I'm gonna lean to
two.
Calamity and be like, leave it to the paladin to do the bargaining in your squad.
Wanting to put my, less than righteous ways in the past. I take a breath, take 5 gold more out of my, little pouch. I said, now you look here, fella. I am trying to go a different route than I have in my past life. So I'm going to give you 5 more gold, and you're going to get out of our way. Do you agree to those terms?
He looks up at you again. You're not from around here, are you?
Well, I'm glad you're perceptive, what with your 2 good eyes.
I'm gonna move out of the way, and you keep your gold, because I'm probably gonna find your body later. And so he moves to the side.
Fine doing business with you. Thank you, friend. And I pocket the 5 gold again, and get back on the bike.
Cool. And yep, you're gonna notice a little, well, like he's gonna, as the bike goes past him, he's gonna tap the bike.
Do we notice that he taps the bike, you say?
Everyone roll perception. Someone's bound to notice it.
19 total.
Oh shit, yeah, you notice it.
Why roll? Why roll?
You do notice him tap the bike. For some reason. Like, it would go out of his way to, like, touch the bike.
Does he just touch it with his finger, or does he? What does he touch it with?
He has a sleeve over his hand.
Ah.
Do you check it out on the bike?
Well, yeah. I mean, can I see it just from where I'm sitting, where he touched it?
He put it kind of under, like, it's gonna, you might have to roll an athletics check in order to, while in motion, check it. Otherwise, you'd have to pull the bike over.
All right, I'll roll athletics.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Oh, God.
Easy game.
I mean,
I had a +8 anyway, so it probably would have been good.
you, Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible, that shit. And you feel around for it, and you do notice it seems to be like a blinking device, and it's a bomb, and it's about to go off in 5,
I hurl
4,
it right back at him.
3. Oh,
Yep.
no. Oh, shit. Oh,
Okay.
no, he fails the save. Okay. Yeah, it explodes, and he is blown off the side of the bridge.
Wow.
And
You try to be nice to people, I swear to God.
Calamity didn't say anything. He just heard that he's exploding, so he just screams.
and you do notice like a piece of the bridge, like a nice good chunk of it, just kind of falls off. And yeah, I mean, little goblin guy is screaming as well, in the distance, and he just cascades down. And you're in a tough part. You're like right in the middle of the bridge almost, so it's a long way down.
Find my dead body, will ya?
What happened? What was that?
Not to worry, Calamity. I just took care of a bit of business.
Could have disarmed it, but okay.
Well, you might have been able to disarm it, but there was only a few seconds to act. And I didn't.
Re-bomb.
In the future, I'll think about that.
I like just kind of snug in between them two, just for more safety. And quick
Yes.
question:
What's your question?
as I look around this kind of cone-like city, I remember when we were looking at it from the outside, we saw smoke like rising in one half of it.
Yes.
Now that we're inside and kind of past like the mirage or whatever,
Yeah.
do I still see that smoke?
You do. You do notice on the very opposite side of the gate, a little bit off center though, so you were able to see it. It's big enough. It seems to be another entryway into another cone, and then all the smoke seems to be coming from the center of that. It's hard to see exactly from where you're at what it may be, but as you're going over this bridge, you are getting a better view of it. And yeah, it looks like they are building something, like a giant army of sorts, and all the, I don't know, just like a kind of different giant weapons, I guess. You do see, well, actually, go and roll perception for this one particular thing. It's big enough, but if you get a 15, I'll tell you.
Let's see. I am going to do unknowns to. Well, actually, I'm gonna use my my luck that I was given. Thank
Okay.
you, Colin. That's gonna be a total of 17.
Nice. Okay, so you do notice it. It looks like there is the skeleton of a really ancient dragon. Enormous, almost the size of the city. Like it's curled up just almost at the base of this cone. You can only see just like the bones of its wings that are kind of spread out, being puzzled together, but it's being pieced together with another creature that you don't recognize. If anyone wants to roll a history check, I'll tell you more about the creature. Okay.
I definitely share that, what I see with everyone, yeah.
Okay, but it looks like a giant, to you, it looks like a giant basilisk, but it's huge.
11.
11, 24. Okay. So, Toddle, you'll know what it is. It's a really ancient, kind of like sand dragon type creature. It is a reptile, like a legless reptile, like a snake, but it's more lizard-like. It's like a legless lizard, actually. And it lives underground and is known to kind of found its way in hell because there's so much kind of open space and open ground. It's kind of and warm. It's the perfect environment for it. So it's a very, but it existed in like dinosaur era. But there's also the skeleton of this creature. It looks like they're kind of creating their own creature, along with scraps of metal and things. But yeah, it looks like they're building like this giant weapon, destructive like magic creature.
I know what that is. Well, they're creating something over there. I'm telling this to them.
It doesn't look like it's any good for us.
Does Tuttle say out loud that he knows what it is, or just not? Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, that's not good. That's problem. That's big problem.
What is it?
Well, it's a reptile that has no legs that was used in ancient times, probably around the time of the war. And they're creating something. It looks like they're creating something with it. That's not great. Maybe in hopes to resurrect it or create a weapon out of it. Needless to say, I'm jotting this down, and I'm gonna do like a quick little sketch.
As
So
Tuttle,
that I remember.
as Tuttle is explaining that to us, DM, I know you said that we were seeing a lot of tiefling and whatnot in armor. Are any of them in the black armor that we saw at the turret?
Yes. A couple of them, but not very many. Like small groups of them. The rest of them seem to be clad in just kind of armor that was found or like torn off dead soldiers.
I share that with Abaddon. And I also reach in my bag and I take out that black mask that's like some kind of stone or metal, but it has like very like vector or angle like designs on it. And I'm gonna just like sit with it and look with it.
Oh, okay. The infrared. The infrared mask?
Is that what it is? The infrared mask?
Yeah.
I don't remember the name. Oh, okay. Yes, I'm looking at that. The black
It sees,
mask.
it sees pretty much infrared, ultraviolet light. It sees all kinds of shit.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay.
You've just been sitting on that.
Yeah, you've had it forever.
I put it on and just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Look around the city.
You see a lot. You actually see a couple of floating kind of ghost-like creatures, like long kind of torn up capes, you know, just like things like that are drawn in fables and stories. And you see massive groups of them, like a herd of like a couple hundred of them kind of going through the bridge and kind of floating around down to the other bridges kind of in the center of this place. You also see what looks to be a wyvern hybrid. And it's invisible to like Averin can't see it, Toddle can't see it. You can with this thing. And it's kind of resting on the side of the tower, kind of perched. It's pretty large. It can fit like I think all three of you on it. And yeah, it seems to be wild and kind of adorable, like bright blue. It's not as vicious looking. Same kind of face and mouth. It looks to be very young. That's the closest one. There's a couple of bigger ones kind of flying around too, but then kind of settling in places and then disappearing from your sight. You also notice on the bridge itself, like bits of ore and a couple of geodes and things you can see through from the rocks that make this bridge. But you know, I mean, it just the world kind of colors up a little bit more than normally. It's just like brown, black, gray, but with this you can see like all the nuances, all the kind of hidden gemstones and hidden rocks and all these kind of creatures that exist kind of in this invisible plane.
I think at first Calamity would notice like the very cool and pretty glowing geodes and other things, and then like looks up and see just the eldritch horror that's flying around and the big thing, the
Ghosts.
big like huge wyvern on like perched on like the tower or whatever, and Averon, you start to feel Calamity like shaking, and like he slowly pulls the mask off.
What did you see?
I put up the mask to his face with like a shaking hand.
I grab it, pop it on there.
Roll a perception check, Averon.
I will. Let's see, that's +4. 13.
13, okay. Yeah, you see the same stuff that Calamity sees. It just little nuances and parts of the bridge, even different gusts of wind you can actually see, like move matter kind of through the air.
And kind of, take the mask off and just look at it in amazement, like, where did you find this?
Calamity shoves a tomato in his mouth, calm him down. We took it off one of the soldiers with black armor.
Well, you point them out to me next time you see them. I've got to get me one of these. And I hand it back to Calamity.
Cool. And you guys are approaching the tower now. Now you're going to start to ascend or like reach that incline. And it's going to be a harsh turn upwards. So you got to kind of kick the bike into higher gear.
Oh, so like we have to do trailblazing or?
Not quite, but you're gonna feel that gravity that exists down here.
Oh boy.
So hold on to your hats.
Wait a second, I think I have something for this.
Ooh.
A gravity defying thing. Ooh, maybe not. Hang on, wait, I gotta research. You guys keep talking.
I was gonna say, are you just gonna start floating up, straight up?
When Averon asks me to point out, the next time I see a soldier like that, I point in the distance to where I see a trickle of them in that same black armor.
Are they near the abomination that's being created?
Probably. Can't see that far.
No.
But you can see on other bridges kind of nearby, because it's all starting to collect, like in this kind of smaller area. And you'll see some of them walking into the tower.
And I just kind of hold my gaze on those guys, like, coming after you.
Speaking of, as you approach what looks to be the gate into this tower, it's still quite a ways ahead of you. And it's a little bit hard to make out, but you do see a group of people kind of guarding this gate. So it looks like the entrance into the tower is guarded.
Whoa. And that's like there's no way around it basically because
No.
they're just going right to this gate.
Yup.
Like,
There's no hiding.
Tuttle, can you show them your picture?
Yes. I can also tell them that I am literally Lander's keeper.
It should go a long way if you're friend of royalty.
Yeah, friend is a funny word. I am legitimately friends with Lander, but I don't know if a lot of people also think that we're friends. But yes.
Well, if you'd asked me just the other day, I wouldn't have thought that you were a friend of a tiefling.
Yeah, we get that a lot.
Out of character, Mackenzie, did you say that you made a potion of like charisma?
Yep.
Do you want to down that before we talk to anybody?
Should I do that now? I was saving it for when we get a little bit more in, but
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, I would just kind of prepare myself and nuzzle myself in again between the two.
Okay.
As we're coming up on the gate.
All right. Calamity. As you approach this gate, you're gonna.
Ow! I'm sorry, I'm just getting ready. Ow.
You're gonna notice the guards coming up. One of them seems to be a tabaxi, but in the shape of what looks to be a panther. And it's a totally different vibe you're getting. I mean, these guards are dressed to the nines. They look really fucking rich. This panther guard in particular, is wearing that black armor, but his is like some nice kind of like black on black. Like instead of like gold or silver tendrils, it's all just matte black. He looks very nice. He's also wearing a suit, what looks to be a suit underneath it, with a very old school classic, like ruffle collar. And around his neck, though, looks to be kind of a pouch that he's storing something in, but it's made out of herringon skin.
oh no.
As well as his buddy next to him, which is a tiefling. It looks like he's wearing armor that's kind of relaxed and open, but his entire shirt is made out of stitched together herringon pelts. Not even normal hair, like herringon. And they're both carrying giant spears, very modern looking, kind of just like very simple, kind of modern and just slick, no detail, nothing ornate. Just a really sharp, heavy steel spear. Those two are guarding it. Alongside them seem to be 3 on each side, 3 other tiefling. One of them looks to be a devil and is not in armor behind the panther. Seems to be writing something down. And they're waiting at the gate here. As you approach, a vulture...
I hood up to cover my ears, and like I have like this kind of just a high collar situation.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna try to just like cover just that and just try to just not be there.
Okay. And... and,
Can I do something as well, real quick?
Sure.
Can I take some of that wyvern blood and I'm gonna kind of like spritz it on Calamity to kind of mask his scent. I don't know, like I wanted to kind of give him more of like a ominous, like it's not a herringon, it's a he's got like demon blood on him or something, or wyvern blood, so it's a little less obvious.
Okay.
As you do that, I'm just like, don't throw up, don't throw up, don't throw up. I swallowed in.
Oh shoot, I didn't finish this map yet. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, you approach and there's like a large, not a vulture, but like a crow. Kind of a crow. It's just a creature, a demon-like creature that takes a similar form to a crow. It does have 6 wings instead of 2, and the front wings seem to be like very tiny, but the rest kind of can take it into flight. It's pretty huge. Its wingspan is a few yards long. And it does land on like this terrace that's right above you to just kind of keep watch. But yeah, the vehicle kind of pauses, I would say 25 feet from them, because it starts to go all the way up and then the road kind of levels out for a while. That's where you stop the vehicle. And then the gate's in front of you. You can see through the gate, it looks like there's like some crowds and stuff walking by. Like it seems to be busier inside this tower. But yeah, the tiefling kind of steps in front and holds out his hand as if he's expecting something.
I just look at Tuttle.
You're drawing.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was thinking if I was supposed to give the gem that they gave us.
You do hand the drawing to him?
I'm debating if I should hand the drawing or if I should hand the gem, the green gem that.
Ooh, the witch's
shop
gem.
owner. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Okay, well, the shop owner gave us that. I think it's kind of like an offering to get in.
See, I wasn't there. I wouldn't know.
Wait.
Do you guys remember this?
No, are you talking about the witch's gem from the surface world that we found in that
No.
one?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I have the gem that I have is from the shop owner that we saw when we were in the first level of hell. That we got
Gotcha.
to get. Yeah, so like
Gotcha.
that's the offering.
Yeah, go for it.
So I'm gonna have my 2 pictures and my and that it was like a green gem with a golden chain, right?
Yep.
And I'm gonna place it in his hand.
The fuck is this? And he looks at the paper. He looks at the drawing, and like, is that supposed to be? What does that look like to you? Hey, focus. He like tries to tap on his shoulder, and then the panther with like a big gruff voice, kind of like, kind of looks over his shoulder at the drawing. Looks like the advisor. And he creaks back. Oh, are you here to see the advisor?
I'm gonna be making as little actual.
The fuck is
noise as possible.
this? What's this? Oh, and he's looking at this kind of emerald in his hand. All right. And he's gonna kind of snap his fingers and point towards the vehicle. And the 3 tiefling that were behind him are gonna start searching your bike. And they're gonna see how. Oh, nat 20. They see everything. They don't search your person. But yeah, they kind of, and the plant I think is still attached to your back, right, Toddle?
Yes.
Okay. I don't search him. But they look through all the things you found, all of the
They find
spell
your
books you
tapestries.
found, the tapestries. And they kind of whisper to each other in Infernal. They do think you're raiders and that
No,
you've
we're merchants.
raided these
We're
things.
merchants.
And
Merchants coming to see the advisor.
and they pull up one of the books that you found, which is kind of like a collection of histories. And they also pull up one of the portal scrolls that you have with like the symbol.
Wait. We only have one of those,
Well,
right?
it's on
And
the-
it's
yeah,
like it's like on our person.
Yeah.
Are you holding it? Oh, you have it? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's me. It's all me.
Okay, so they don't find that.
Back on the bike.
Okay. But they do find, this like incredible book. And they know that hell is in possession of this. They walk over and hand it to the panther guy.
God damn it.
He gives his spear to one of the tiefling, and he kind of like takes a soldier step back, and he kind of peels through it with his thumb. And he's just taking a good look at you. He is going to make a judgment.
Please.
Oh. Sees them. And they
Let
do.
Now, hold on. The advisor said that we were to bring that straight to her.
This? Why would she
That.
need this?
That's what we're waiting to find out.
And then there's the guy who has been like writing and kind of focused in on his notes for a while. He kind of looks up at him and says, first of all, they don't have her name. They don't know her name. They drew a photo of her. She doesn't need that book. She has 50 in her library up there. Sees
50
them.
of that specific one?
And a bunch of the soldiers are going to try to grapple all of you.
Quick second. Mackenzie. Wasn't the name she gave us? It was her twin sister. She was like Kay? Was it Kay?
Yeah. No, we definitely Mackenzie doesn't know, but Tuttle would know the name. She did definitely give us names.
Roll intelligence.
Thank you.
I'm helping you.
Mackenzie is not intelligent.
Because I also forgot the name.
15.
Okay, you know the name. So all the soldiers start to grab everyone's arms and kind of hold it behind them. But as you say her name, they all pause, and the Panther and the kind of commander tiefling both look at the other guy who just was like writing in his scribing in his notes. I'll talk to her. Bring them here. And he walks inside, and they let go of you, but with their spears they kind of prod them pretty harshly into your spines behind you, and they lead you to follow him. And as he turns, he's wearing a long kind of like trailing coat, also dressed to the nines. He's wearing really nice leather boots, and looks like his hood is made out of like this really rare kind of thin kind of linen fabric made from dragon's hide. Really rare find. If he ever dies, highly recommend getting that. Anyway.
When you said that long trailing jacket, I was like,
yeah, he looks great. And he's yeah. And so and they kind of lead you through the hallway, and it looks like one of the oh shit. Okay, hold on. Oh no. Because one of them is oh shit.
I don't like that.
I rolled a natural one for this guy. So the guy's gonna attempt to drive the bike through, but he's gonna hit the wrong button.
Oh shit.
He is just going, oh my god. Let me look at the gears. Oh no. This could end really badly. Okay, I'm just gonna roll a d4. 1 is force damage, 2 is the trailblazing option, 3 is the reaction, and then 4 is setting the whole bike ablaze and everything around it. Oh, he did. Okay, so he does the force damage. Everyone roll. Everybody roll a dexterity save, please.
Okay.
Including all of my dudes.
I am. Okay, we can't do that. We're not gonna do Dice Joe. I am gonna use my once a day ability to give myself advantage. Oh my god, so much better. And on top of that,
Hey, me and Toddle rolled the same thing. Yeah.
Did y'all roll 4?
I'm doing a flash of genius. Absolutely not. Not today, Satan. I'm adding +4 to my roll, so I rolled an 8.
Okay,
I rolled 4.
Oh, and I have a luck. Wait, I have a luck I need to use. I'm using that right now. Not today. I changed my mind. I'm not doing a flash genius. I'm using a luck.
Okay.
I rolled 22 dex save.
Ejection seat. 22? Okay.
Yes.
So, Toddle, you hold your ground, but the guy who was behind you goes fucking flying forward. Everybody flies forward except Toddle. What did you roll?
I got a 9.
Yep. Everybody flies forward 20 feet. And you're going to take...
Me?
Nope, not you.
Okay.
Not the two. Not all 3 commanders, actually. They hold their ground. The guy who was leading them is pissed. He calls the tiefling he's safe on the bike. He's the one who ignited it. Annihilates almost everyone in front of him. Everyone just eats shit and like barrel rolls down this hallway. Everyone's like groaning, picking themselves up. You hear the clash of armor. The one guy was like, "You idiot!" and like takes his spear from a fallen tiefling, kind of throws it, tosses it into his hand, and launches it like a fucking Spartan. And it goes through the guy's eye and kills him right off the bike. And he has lost his patience. He walks by. Toddle, you got the most air because you're tiny. So you're in front of everyone, face down. Toddle and Avron take 5 points of bludgeoning damage. And yeah, that guy literally is pissed off, picks up Toddle by the hood, and just like carries you to the side, like marching hella mad.
Can my willow seed, can you do something?
Willow seed might actually. That's a good point.
Willow seed is on my back.
Willow seed does not like anyone touching you, so he's gonna try to bite him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let me pull up my familiar sheet.
And while we're doing this, how many guards does that leave now?
Literally just the 3 commanders.
So the 3 commanders.
Everybody else is prone.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're getting up slowly,
But I mean, in total, like, there's the 3 commanders standing, and how many other guards?
6. One of them's dead now with a spear in his head. Yeah. One of them's trying to get up and scramble to grab the spear. The spear is laying in front of you.
That is still pretty long odds.
Yeah.
And we don't even know who else is in this tower, so I don't...
Exactly.
Okay, little plank eye is actually this bite is not gonna land on dude. And he's literally, and he barely even noticed it happening. It's not gonna penetrate his armor at all.
Oh, fuck.
So, yeah, the panther guy kind of gives Calamity like a kind of a hard kick in the back to move forward. And he like drops his heavy ass spear and points it at you, Avron. When you're still prone, tells you to get up and keep walking.
Alright, I'm getting up. There's no need to hurt me friend there.
And he kind of grunts and then walks behind you. And so you guys continue. The rest of the guards, embarrassed, kind of are trying to figure out the bike situation, are not touching the gears of the bike. They are all just going to start. They're setting it up to like pull and kind of have a pulley set up. And yeah, so you guys are going to keep going. You're going to exit kind of this kind of corridor that's leading into this tower. And the inside of the tower, super nice. I mean, this is kind of a ground level, and it looks kind of like, I don't want to say airport, but kind of. There's a lot of people kind of entering and exiting from this area. It's really nothing but a series of stairs. It looks like there's a couple of like really odd looking bird-like creatures on each and standing on a pillar, and there seems to be a pillar like every 20 feet around the whole inside of this building. And yeah, I mean, otherwise it's doors and stairs heading upward. Otherwise, there's a set of guards guarding the outside of every entrance. People are being checked and searched. And you do notice they are paying and what looks to be like a black slate. It's not really a coin. It almost looks like just like stone, like little stone plates. And they all have kind of something written on them, and that's what they're using to kind of gain access to this tower. And probably what he was waiting for. But they are taking you to a secret area. You do go through this door, and there is an elevator there. And it looks sketchy. It's literally just a platform kind of in the center of this room, and it seems to go up what looks like a pipe. You do see kind of lights all the way up to each floor, and it looks like it can take you all the way to the top, but it's nothing but just abyss and darkness. And they all kind of prod their spears at you to get on the platform. And as you do, or do you?
I do.
Same.
Cool. Yeah, and as you go on the platform, they are going to kind of, with their backs facing you, kind of face the outside, with their spears in front of them. And then you notice kind of the tabaxi kind of, or it's a Leonin, actually, he's a Leonin. But he kind of he waves his hand and seems to cast something, and this platform just starts to levitate upwards, pretty slowly at first. And it looks like it's a long way up, and you are just going in silence.
Can I ask questions?
You can.
Or can I try to insight? I want to do two things. I want to insight them and see what the hell, if I can figure out what the hell's going on here.
Okay.
or
Which
maybe
one?
An investigation.
You've got 3 of the commanders with you right now. The rest of the tiefling are still outside of the room on the first floor.
Okay. Yeah, I want to do an insight. Or is investigation or insight better?
You'll get a different answer for each, so you can roll either.
I'll roll an investigation just because I have that higher.
Okay.
Oh, finally a semi-decent roll. Okay, 16 for investigation to try to figure out what the hell's going on here.
You don't know what's going on, but with an investigation, you do notice that's a pretty okay roll. They seem to be very obviously high guards. You happen to pick the entrance that is guarded with like some of the highest commanders. Normally, it's all the tiefling behind them that are guarding the rest of the doors. You just happen to pick this one. Lucky you. But yeah, their armor is really nice. It looks like the Panther Leonin is pretty high ranking, and he's huge. You do notice kind of just a pulsing aura about him, like he's really, really powerful. Nothing really seems to faze him. When the bike kind of blew its force attack, he didn't even move. His fur didn't even move from the wind. And he barely even showed any ounce of annoyance. He's very strong, and you know not to fuck with him. Other guys, more like glass cannons, also the same kind of radiating energy. The tiefling, a little bit less so, but you do notice the tiefling has a lot of weapons on him. And it looks like he loves to kill things. There's a lot of hide and bone kind of woven into his outfit. It looks like he's one of those types that has this role specifically for the torture aspect of it. And as you kind of take a look at him, you do notice he looks over his shoulder to kind of take a peek at all 3 of you, then looks forward. He's very interested in all 3 of you. The other 2, like the one guy is still like in his book, like doing something. But otherwise, I mean, they do have huge sacks of gold on them. It looks like they also have kind of a black case, like metal case, you assume is full of those plates that were being handed off. But they're kind of quiet, not even looking at each other, just waiting to get to the top.
I would, as I see Tuttle kind of really looking at our captive guides, captors, I don't know. I will whisper to him, they're wearing the skin of my people. And I point to the Tabaxi's kind of holding pouch around his neck, and the other guy's like chest plate situation.
Tuttle's gonna kind of like rest a hand on Calamity and be like, "Don't worry, you're special.
And
you have protection."
And with Calamity's hood up, he just goes.
Mm-hmm.
Just like
Cute.
closes it in. To try to be even more under the radar.
No, yeah, I'm gonna try to definitely try to reassure you that you're protected and special and that you're okay. On that note, let's see. I want to. I know I'm smart enough not to say anything because I feel like their annoyance will just get even more upset if you talk to them. So I'm gonna just try to read. Tuttle would just try to read what's going on. Can I do like a
You never, whatever check you want, and I'll tell you. Keep in mind this platform is starting to gain a lot of speed, so you're gonna feel your body's a little bit heavier. It's even a little tougher to like do things like lift up your neck because it is going super, super fast. You're starting to feel your body kind of stick to the bottom of this platform. The three kind of guarding you, however, seem to have no issue with it.
Chris, can you roll a d4, please?
I can.
I
Let's see, where is D4? I got a 3.
Averon sees Calamity release 3 pellets. That's all.
I kind of discreetly use my right foot to scuff them towards one of the guards.
Which one?
Whichever one is to my right.
Okay. Well, let me roll for
I feel like the torture guy is next to you, right?
My hope being that once this platform like reaches its end and slows down, these pellets will like rise up like right into his face.
Unfortunately, you do notice the guy who's paying close attention to you is the guy who's kind of fucked up in the head. Well, they all are, but he looks over his shoulder again, takes 2 big sniffs, and then he focuses his attention on you, Calamity.
But I'm covered in blood! I'm covered in demon blood! I was sprayed with demon blood so I don't smell like myself! I smell like demon blood!
Are you saying this?
and like a flash, he actually, because you're sitting, he looms over you, like he bends over, gets on his knees, and one hand kind of over your head, and he gets face to face with you, and you see like a hunger in his eyes, and his eyes are tiefling's eyes, but they're flat like a goat's eyes, so it's hard to read how he's feeling, but you can feel his body heat, like he's kind of turned on by you. He takes one big sniff again and says, "You smell like lavenders." And the panther is going to turn around and kind of give him kind of like a mean side eye, and he's going to catch it kind of in his peripheral, and he's going to stand back up. But this time, instead of turning around facing the moving wall, he's going to face you and just watch you.
When he says that, I think both Tuttle and Averon remembers that Calamity said that he's from the Lavender Plains, where they have been gone.
Yep.
And he says nothing.
And it's silent because it's a long way up. It's like a 30-minute ride, you guys. So he is staring at you, and like 20 minutes later, he hasn't blinked. He hasn't left his gaze at you, Calamity, even if you look elsewhere. But if you catch his gaze again, he points at like a patch that's kind of on his chest, and he points at it. It's probably your mommy right there.
Okay, I'm gonna do a thing. And I need to roll a stealth.
Okay.
What I want to do is stealthy.
Okay, roll a stealth check first.
Oh my god, I need the. Okay. Okay.
It's not actually your mom's pelt. He's just fucking with you. By the way.
I know, but something's about to happen. Something's about to happen.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Fuck. Okay. So I have disadvantage with stealth because I'm wearing armor. I'm wearing a chainmail, or not chainmail, but I'm wearing armor underneath me, which is all my potions. But fuck. Oh, no, I can't. I need to. No.
What was your roll?
It was a 3.
And what did you do?
So I'm adding a flash of genius to it. So that makes it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What I wanted to do is I wanted to very discreetly take some needles, and I actually have some poison water in my inventory, specifically 4 vials. And what I want to do is kind of make some like makeshift syringes.
Okay.
But, like, kind of like doing it in my robes with like that no one can really see it, and I'm like paying attention, and then like basically like having these really really thin needles dripped in poison, and I want to like kind of like shoot it like with a little flicker, like shoot them off at all these guards.
Okay.
Kind of like poison them essentially.
Okay.
But very discreetly.
With a 3? Discreet
Oh, okay.
discretion? Well, let me tell you what happens. He is going to notice you do this. And the panther is going to kind of turn like he's about to react to something. And Avron, you catch this. You catch the panther like, oh shit, like I have to step in. But he doesn't have enough time. The guy pulls out his looks like a machete, but it's a sword. And he's about to go for Toddle's throat. And he rolled a 20 plus. He's about to go in, but Toddle, something happens to you. You are going to be sucked into that space that Calamity found himself in at one point, that Avron found himself in recently. And you're going to be suspended in an open white area. And I don't have Butters here, but you're going to hear Lander's voice. And he's going to be calling to you. You're going to hear kind of snippets of a conversation as if he's having while he's being imprisoned. You do notice a time. This might have taken place just a couple of days ago. And you're trying to focus. First of all, you're like, where the fuck am I? But then you start hearing that voice, and you're really trying to focus in on it. But instead, 1 second. You are going to hear footsteps approach you from behind. And it's going to, and as you turn around, it's going to take the shape of an Aarakocra. And he looks like, I don't know if you know what a Philippine eagle looks like. But it's an eagle, like a bald eagle, but bigger, brown, kind of thick, burly chest. He has no shirt. He just has kind of like leather straps. On his back is a fucking humongous sword. And looks like very handsome, like strong beak, kind of strong look, good shape. And he kind of looks at you, and he sort of smiles with a little bit of charisma, like it's a guy you would like have drinks with. You know, he seems chill as fuck, but he doesn't say anything to you. He just kind of reaches out and opens his clawed or his taloned hand. And do you take it?
Of course.
You take his hand, and it's strong, it's warm. It's not too tight. It's kind of a comforting hold. It's like a hold from a friend. And when you touch him, you feel a connection like you've known this guy a long time. And at that, his kind of figure sort of starts to disappear from his face onto the center of his chest and into his grip, and you lose his grip. But in your hand, you do see some static, and you feel an enormous surge of power. And you're going to feel this release of surge of power, and it's going to feel great. It's going to feel like all this stress, all this angst, this whole journey in hell, all of this panic, all of this protecting everyone around you, losing the person you're supposed to be in charge of, all of that stress kind of makes its peak and is suddenly released, and you feel finally at ease. And you feel this white space take into your center. And you open your eyes again. And everyone on the platform is knocked prone. The guy who had a machete to your throat is nothing but in pieces. Like literally, I mean, you've passed where it would have been on the wall, but where he was standing is nothing but guts. That's it. The Panther Guard is like staring at you in shock. The other guy, also dead, don't know where he went. No trace of blood or anything from him. But your comrades are safe. and kind of in shock too. And you guys, what you saw was as the enemy is aiming to slice Toddle's throat, you see the knife enter Toddle's throat, but then hold it there as if Toddle was made out of stone. And then from the sword, you start to see kind of particles disappear. Like the steel like kind of just tears up as if it's like being burned. And then he just takes one look at you, Averon, and then he just literally explodes. It's terrifying.
The Panther?
No, the guy who's trying to cut off Toddle's head.
Gotcha.
And he's fucking gone. But you're okay. And you notice that it was aiming for all 3 guards. The Panther, he looks like he has a shield up or something. Kind of he generated himself, so his reaction time was good. He's safe. But everybody else is dead. All that's left are the 3 of you. And you look over at Toddle, who seemed to have regained consciousness. But Toddle's wearing silver, kind of a silver plate. Like, it's like a plated breastplate, but it's a set of wings.
The Panther guy, Calamity never took his eyes off the Panther guy, even though all this shit happened. The Panther guy was the one who tapped at a patch and said that it might be Calamity's mom, right?
Yeah.
Calamity.
He did. Not the Panther, the guy who's
I
dead.
thought that was the tiefling guy.
Yeah, the tiefling he did.
Oh!
I thought it was the tiefling.
Oh, he did. Okay, gotcha.
Toddle wrecked his ass.
Gotcha. Never mind then.
So what Averan is going to do is kind of just do a quick like double take, look at the Panther guy, and then grab him by like the back of the neck and jam his face against the wall that's moving up.
Oh gosh. Okay, do a strength check against him. He's very strong though.
I love strength checks.
And
Yeah.
Toddle, as this is happening, you're gonna kind of look at your hands, and they're gonna be a little bit staticky too. So you've been touched by what seems to be a god of chaotic energy, also known as... Damn, where is he? Let me find him.
As Anna's doing that, thank you, -2 charisma for the raid. I hope you guys had a fantastic stream over there. Welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah, you were touched by Maynard, the god of instinct. Yeah.
And I rolled a 13.
13. Oh, he rolled a 14. So you guys...
You know what? I am going to use my ability to give you a D4 on that 13. Go ahead, roll it.
I will roll it. And that brings it to a 15.
Oh, fuck. Okay, so you both kind of, like, lock armor, like, arm braces, and he goes in with the other hand, but you catch his other hand, and he's holding you there. But you're creeping it closer to the wall as it's moving forward very quickly. And he's in a panic. He's going to try one more thing. What's your armor class?
My AC is 19.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Doesn't work. And you notice the back of his head just kind of... it hits the wall, and you're holding it there. And his eyes start to roll to the back of his head. And he's still in shock from what just happened. Like, he was taken off guard. Like, you attacked him at the right time. And then, yeah, as his eyes roll in the back of his head, and then he kind of goes limp and drops forward. First on his knees and forward. And you see the back of his head is just open skull. And that's where we're going to end today's show.
Wow.
I do want to say that Calamity goes over to the chunks that was once that guy,
Yeah.
brought up his mom, and say, "Don't you ever talk about her," and like kicks his chunk.
You kick the chunk, and it hits the wall, and it's gross.
And it's gross.
Essential
That was
like
fun.
Wow.
Really,
So-
very, very intense.
What an
So-
exciting ending.
So, Toddle, because you're touched by this god, you have a new cantrip, which is
boy.
which is lightning bolt.
Okay.
That's a cantrip?
As a cantrip,
Oh my god!
crazy.
Oh my god!
I do thunderclap, so
Love it. Love it. Love it.
And you keep that breastplate. The breastplate is not attuned, so you don't know what it does yet. But it's a perfect fit. It kind of fits your pectorals and is very nice. It doesn't cover very much. It looks like just like a decoration of wings on your chest.
Interesting.
Wow. Okay, Tuttle. Maybe some faith is happening or something. I guess we'll find out.
So now you know what that god looks like. No one has ever known. This is the first time he's ever appeared to anyone.
I was gonna be silent for a long time to figure out what the hell just happened. I'm letting you all know right now. You're very quiet.
All right, thank you so much for joining us, you guys. Let's go ahead and announce our last winner.
Wow.
Let's do it. Anyone who hasn't entered the giveaway yet from our raid from Charisma,
Look at his bald spot.
enter exclamation point critical for a chance to win some critical dice. You must be for Canada, excluding Quebec, because of laws that we're double checking. But yeah, I'll give you a quick second to get in there. Give you some time.
I really need to look into what the deal with Quebec is.
I read a little bit about it. It's like there's so many hurdles and stuff that you have to jump through for Quebec specifically for it to actually be, because they kind of see most things from the thing I read anyway. They see most things as just trying to really crack down on any possible like scammers around the world. So for their place in specific, they have like very strict like rules and guidelines for that. But yeah.
Damn.
Well, damn.
Well, damn.
Well, damn. I forgot to play my music the whole half of the game. My God.
It was just so intense we were in it. All right, so my list right now for everyone who's listening, existential nerd. I have to say that slow, or I'll mess up every time. Existential nerd, Vada Monster, Tig, Shift, Chitin, Bacchus, Chav Hunter, and Bear, and Mackenzie. If I did not say your name, you have a moment to enter.
Enter now. Win some dice. Free shit.
Free shit, free shit. All right. Oh, I love this music. All right, so here we go. Number 2. Who's number 2? Vada Monster. Congratulations. Mackenzie, can you put in a winner for me in the chat? I'm pretty sure Vada Monster is already in our Discord, but just in case, hit me up in the Discord, GW, that's me, so I can get your place. And I think you won one like last month too.
Yeah.
So if you want to roll, go for it. Go ahead. So, all right. Next up, let me look for someone to raid. What did you guys like about today's game? As I look for a raid, somewhere to go.
I love
easily
my cat.
my favorite part was when Toddle was touched by a god.
Yes. My favorite.
Literally said earlier in the stream.
Next to Void God.
No god was given to him in his mission, so this is intense.
Yes.
Yeah, this is.
Welcome to
Brand
the God
new
Club.
Welcome to God Club.
God Club.
You are on the team
We have jackets.
for good.
We have jackets.
We have hoodies.
Yep.
Let's go to. Oh, just in time too. My headphones are like low battery. Like we're almost out. Let's go to our friend. Yeah, let's hit up Diesel Shot. Diesel Shot.
Okay. Shit.
Vaginal opening and being touched by gods. Wow, what a!
I mean,
That's really that was
We went
really
there.
this episode in a nutshell.
It really was.
Yeah.
The
Go
vagina,
us.
the vagina guy was my favorite.
Somebody clip that. Do we?
I really want that one clip of you, like, vaginal. That was my favorite.
Thanks for joining us all. I hope you had a blast. I know we did.
Vaginal openings. All right. Why can't I find the raid button? What is it?
Did they change it? Did they change where the raid button is?
I'm just not
That raid
seeing
button
it.
got exploded.
Negative
Manage
2 charisma.
goals.
Where's the raid button
Clip
now?
that. Sub
Like when I
only.
exploded the goblin.
Oh yeah, that was also hilarious.
That's exactly what
You're like, I'm trying to be nice here. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck you. Blows him up. He tried to blow you guys up. What an asshole.
What an asshole!
He got what was coming to him.
It's true.
But not
There
you.
was a
Beholder.
lot of good.
But not you. Hey, we're talking about
But not you.
But not you.
But not you.
Oh, if I type in raid, really?
Well, yeah, that's like the I don't want to say the ghetto way, but that's like the mod way to do it. I can do that.
What's the channel name?
Diesel shot. DIESEL shot.
Okay, cool. All right. Thank you so much for joining, you guys. It was so much fun. Good game. And next week is going to be crazy.
Crazy.
Woo!
Bye.
Tell them we said hey.